The scene opens on a grand, sprawling mansion. The driveway is lined with luxury cars, and at the entrance stands Richard Wellington, an arrogant, wealthy man in his late 40s. He's wearing an expensive robe and sipping a cup of tea. A homeless man approaches, disheveled and holding a sign that says, "Hungry." The homeless man, pleading, "Sir, could you spare some food or maybe just a few dollars?" Richard, scoffing, "Food? Money? Oh no, 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 not at my house. This is not a charity, you see. Now scram, you're ruining my view of the Rolls-Royce." He waves the homeless man off dismissively and turns to walk back into his mansion. The homeless man slumps his shoulders and walks away, muttering to himself, "Rich folks. One day they'll learn." Richard, overhearing, "What was that?" "Oh, nothing," said the homeless man. "Have a nice day." Richard, mocking, "Yes, yes, off you go now. Try not to touch anything, peasant. I don't want your cooties all over the place." He slams the door shut, shaking his head in disgust. Later that night, Richard is sitting on his lavish balcony, sipping hot tea while gazing at the night sky. The stars twinkle above, and in the distance, a single falling star shoots across the horizon. He sits up smirking. Richard says to himself, "Ha, falling star. You know they say if you make a wish on one, it comes true. Well." He leans forward, eyes gleaming with greed. "I wish that anything I touch turns to gold." He chuckles to himself, smugly satisfied. Suddenly, a bright flash fills the sky, and the wind howls for a moment. He pauses, looking around suspiciously. Strange, he thought. Richard wakes up the next morning, stretching. He reaches out and touches the edge of his bed, and with a loud clang, the bedpost instantly transforms into solid gold. "What the what? It worked," yelled Richard. "It freaking worked!" Ecstatic, he begins touching everything in sight. The nightstand, his chair, the lamp, all of it turning into shimmering gold. Laughing maniacally, "I'm rich, rich beyond belief." He continues running around, turning furniture, trinkets, and even his toothbrush into gold. Finally, he heads to the door. Time to tell the world about the new me. He grabs the door handle. Immediately, the entire door turns to gold, sealing him inside the room. He pulls on the door, but it won't budge. Richard, nervously chuckling. "Ha, okay, not funny anymore." He yanks harder and harder, but the golden door is too heavy to move. "Oh no," panicking, "I can't get out, I'm trapped." Richard, pacing in his gold-filled room. Days pass, and his once neatly groomed appearance deteriorates. His beard grows out, his clothes are wrinkled, and his once elegant robe is now tattered. He begins mumbling to himself. Gold, gold everywhere, but not a single way out. Why did I do this? He tries to avoid touching anything, but his hunger and desperation are overwhelming. He looks at his reflection in a gold mirror, haggard and wild-eyed. Richard, screaming, "I just wanted more! I just wanted more!" Suddenly, in a moment of frenzied frustration, he grabs his head, shouting in agony. The moment his hands touch his forehead, his entire body turns to gold, freezing him in a twisted pose. Weeks later, the homeless man, now looking slightly better with a new hat and cleaner clothes, wanders back to Richard's mansion. He notices that the house is oddly quiet, and out of curiosity, knocks on the front door. "Anybody home?" He thinks to himself. Must have hit the jackpot or something. He notices the gold door with gold hinges and takes out a small, rusty screwdriver from his pocket. Smiling like a thief with a stolen Amazon gift card. Let's see what's behind door number 1. With some sweat and effort, he removes the hinges and the door falls with a loud crash. The homeless man walks in, eyes widening like a deer in headlights from the sight of the golden room. Whistling. Well, well, well. What do we have here? Looks like someone had too much gold than he can handle." He spots the gold statue of Richard, frozen in a desperate pose on the floor. The homeless man chuckles and pats the golden head. "Be careful what you wish for," says the homeless man. He grabs a gold candlestick, then another, and begins loading his pockets. With one final glance at Richard's statue, he smirks. Weeks pass, and the homeless man is seen selling the gold items, buying a fancy suit, riding in a limo, and purchasing a massive mansion of his own. He smiles as he walks up to the steps of his new home, admiring the view. If you would like to hear more amazing stories, be sure to subscribe, like, share, and hit that notification button.